if you have ever went to high school with me or sixth form, then you know. God not help me no, cause I'm taking for puppy show. So I've never explained this to anyone, and it's so funny that I'm explaining it to a camera and whoever is watching this. I hit rock bottom. Hey DéO Fam, what's going on? Today I wanna do a little get to know me, my testimony video. If we're gonna go on this YouTube journey, you gotta know me first, right? So let's get right into it. So I got baptized when I was 15, although throughout my journey for about 4 years, 19 years, for about 4 years I wasn't intentional about my Christian walk, and that was, I acknowledge God, like, you know, he's the creator and I need to serve him, but I didn't rely on him. I never rely upon him for nothing. Like, I know him did it, but him just did it. And I feel like it was how I was raised. I was raised very self-efficient. So any little problem happen, me I go fix it. Me not tell nobody. I'm the only child and I'm the only grandchild, so it's like any little problem, I'm not gonna stress out my family. I'm gonna fix it. And that was as early as age 6 or 7. And what I would do if I wanted something at school, I'd save my money and I'd do this straight up to high school and sixth form and university. Any little thing I want, I get it myself. Cause my budget, I was very responsible. So I was very self-reliant. I didn't rely on God for anything at all. However, what was a turning point in my Christian walk was when the burdens of my village, my family. I was in university, first year of university, and school fee did turn up, and my family found it hard to pay my tuition and send me to school. So sometimes when they'd say, you know, Daniel, you have lunch money, and I'd say, yeah man, and I'd lie and I'd say I have enough. I'd say I'd have enough money, but it was just enough to get me to and from school. So how did I eat? I think I started packing lunch from home, and my friends would share lunch. So I'd lie sometimes, and then at the end, sometimes I really feel like they saw through my lie though, because even when they said they need to have lunch money, I was like, yeah, them still give me like a little change, you know. So, but anyway, at the end of first year, and like, it was getting to me. It was the fact that we couldn't pay my tuition, and the fact that it was like them couldn't find lunch money to send me to school. I was like, this what am I gonna do? And it started impacting the things that I wanted to do. So remember, wherever I wanted to go, the things I wanted to buy, I would use my lunch money, but that lunch money tree dry up. So couldn't do what I want to do. Barely I eat. Well, no, never did I starve. And the stress of not finding my tuition, because you know, so if you not pay your tuition, you can't get your grades. So all of that was happening, and it was in summer of 2017 where I was like, I don't know what to do, because I've been self-reliant, I've been solving all my problems, I've been in control all my life. I literally don't know what to do. I don't know how am I gonna pay my tuition, how am I gonna get lunch money, like, and I know that's not really my burden to bear, but however, I don't like feeling I'm a burden to my own family members and to people in general. So I was stressing myself out, and I hit rock bottom, because somebody who is always used to being in control me never know what to do. Like, I remember this day clear. I was on my knees and I was like, what on earth am I going to do? How am I gonna find money for paying my tuition, for give myself lunch money, and do what I want to do? And a thought came into my head, and it said, you know that you can ask God for help, right? And I was like, help? What is that? You know, such a foreign word. Like, the voice said, you have nothing to lose. Yeah, damned if you do, damned if you don't. So I was at my wit's end, and I went down on my knees and I was like, is this thing on? God, literally, I've never, in all my 4 years as a Christian, I've never prayed. I've never, sure, you say, you know, you say your grace, and you say, thank God for protecting me, and, you know, ask God for guidance. But I've never sat down and said, okay, I'm gonna pray, I'm gonna cast all my cares on the Lord. I don't cast cares because I fix my own problems. So I went down on my knees and I said, hello. Hello. I said, God, you know, I gave my life to you for about 4 years now, and you're the big boss man. You orchestrate this whole world, so I don't know what to do. And I ask you for help. Like, help, I need you to help me to pay my tuition, and this money is not gonna come from my family members. I do not want it to come from my family members. I want you to supply me with that tuition, and I want you to supply me with lunch money and for the following years of university. So this was year 1, and I had like 3+ years or 2+ years to go, and I said that prayer, and then got up and I was like, Danielle, have you read your Bible? Have you ever sat down and read the Gospels? And I was like, no. I mean, I hear it in church, you know what it is, but I've never actually read it for myself. So I took that entire week. I would wake up, read the Bible, eat, cook, read the Bible, sleep, wake up, read Bible, sleep. That was a cycle, and I began to read the Gospels and go straight down to, I think, about 2 Thessalonians. And I just say, one of the days in the week I was like, oh, and I put down my phone. I did not use social media at all, because if I'm gonna be serious about requiring God's help or asking God for help, I'm gonna need to be serious about it. I'm gonna need to know who I serve, you know. So I reached 2 Thessalonians or thereabout, and I realized that, listen, the way how I've been living wasn't gonna cut it. I mean, I went to church, you know, I acknowledged God. I wasn't a bad kid. I got great grades. I never get arrested or anything. Like, you know, I was okay. But in accordance to the Bible, I was not doing what I was supposed to. I was not living how I was supposed to live. And if you have ever went to high school with me or sixth form, then you know that I did a complete 180 or 360, whatever you want to say. And so yeah, and I went down on my knees again, and I started to cry. I started to cowball, because I say, look, oh, I give my life to you, and me there I gallivant and I do whatever I want to do, and just I neglect your work. Like, why would you even want to help me? I wouldn't want to help me. And I started just crying uncontrollably, and every time I think about it, it's very, I've never explained this to anyone, and it's so funny that I'm explaining it to a camera and whoever is watching this. But I'd like to say that I had a divine intervention, and it's in the sense because I prayed about it and I asked God to understand, because I know how He works. You know, I know how the Bible says He works, the New Testament says how He works today, but God also knows my personality. God also knows that if I believe that I've been in the wrong and I've just been wasting His time, there's no, and even though I read the Bible say God forgives, in my heart I didn't believe that, and I'm that type of person where I don't tell people my problems. Well, not anymore. 4 years ago, I never spoke my feelings and I just keep it within myself. So God realized that, listen, this girl is going to go on her well, can't even say merry way, but she's gonna go through life thinking that I do forgive her. And so that the experience that I had, it was like a wave of comfort, a wave of protection, a wave of grace, like a heavy feeling, but a heavy warm feeling just covered me. And the thought that came to my mind was, I forgive you, everything is gonna be all right, don't worry, I've got you, God's got this. So if you've ever seen me wear a shirt that says, why are you worrying, God's got this, it is because of that experience that I had about 3-4 years ago, 5 years ago. How old am I now? I don't know, but I know when I'm born. So when I was 19, first year of university, yes, and I was going into second year, and I went down on my knees crying uncontrollably, thinking like, God not help me now, cause I'm taking for puppy show. So he I had that feeling. I mean, some of you might find it weird or not gossip, but God knows who I am. God knows my personality. So I feel that He had to communicate with me in that way to let me know that He really does forgive me and He's gonna take care of everything. And after that instance, he came through. And the things that, so before I tell you how He worked, because let me tell you, the following years my family did not pay for my tuition. Okay, let me tell you that. About less than, I don't even know what, she probably like miscellaneous fee my mother had to pay. But in regards to tuition for the following year and lunch money for the following years, God came through, man. So before I say that, I will say the things that I used to do. And as I said before, if we went to high school, if we went to sixth form, you know who I was. I can't even say who I was because I'm still the same. No, I'm not the same person. I don't do the things that I used to do now because it's so meaningless to me, and I'm not offending anybody who likes to party and because you can find enjoyment in that. But personally, I realized that I didn't like waking up 4 p.m. and eating breakfast at like 5 p.m. and getting ready to go out and then come in when the sun is shining, and even though it was on summer occasions, but I didn't like that. I felt like I was wasting my life away, so I don't find enjoyment in those things anymore. I just stopped doing the things that I used to do because I realized that's not what life is about. Life is about helping others and, winning souls for Christ. And, how can you not? How can you not want to change? How can you not want to do better, be better, when say God on your side? When say you're not worried about nothing at all because God is gonna take care of it. And I just did a full 180 or full 360. So see you guys next week for part 2. Thank you for watching, DéO Fam. And remember, with God, all things are possible.